Finding out that you're about to be a parent is some of the most exciting yet frightening news one can receive. Or so I've heard. Makenna, Madrim, and her husband were over the moon when they found out that they were going to be having twins. But 5 months into the pregnancy, Makenna went into labor and was rushed off to the hospital. Makenna gave birth to the couple's daughter, Adia, who weighed 0.72 pounds at her birth, and their son, Adriel, weighed 0.92 pounds. Although the babies had survived their birth, they would continue to struggle for months, and Adriel would have to return to the hospital 2 times after being sent home. But the babies persevered, and they celebrated their 2nd birthday this past March. They even won the Guinness World Record for the most premature babies. This story reminds me of the quote, "There's nothing that cleanses your soul like getting the hell kicked out of you," by Woody Hayes. I agree with this quote because sometimes we must get the hell kicked out of us in order to learn how to persevere and overcome our adversity in life. Once we learn how to overcome this adversity, the joys of life will be so much sweeter. Today I'll be telling you 3 stories about overcoming adversity. First, I'll be telling you about a 102-year-old's fitness journey. Secondly, I'll be telling you about an underdog. And lastly, I'll be telling you about an underrated employee. First, I'll be telling you about a 102-year-old's fitness journey. It can be extremely difficult to find the motivation to work out. Even at my young age of 18, I struggled to find this motivation, so I can't imagine how difficult it is for somebody in their elderly age. Well, 102-year-old Jean Bailey has not only found that motivation, but she also encourages those in her senior living community home to be active as well. This all started during the COVID-19 pandemic when the world was put on lockdown. Jean became worried that she wasn't going to be able to move her body and live the healthy lifestyle that she wanted. So she took the initiative and started hosting workout classes 4 times a week for about 10 of her peers. She encourages those who can't do the moves correctly to just try the best that they can. Bailey overcame and kicked the hell out of her adversity by being innovative and taking that initiative. She is now an inspiration to those both young and old to work out no matter their circumstances nor their age. Now that I've told you about a 102-year-old's fitness journey, let me tell you about an underdog. Everyone loves a good underdog who's able to defy all expectations. Well, my personal favorite underdog is 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy attended Iowa State and he enlisted in the NFL's 2022 draft. But as the days of the draft were diminishing, so were Brock's chances of being picked. This was until the 49ers drafted Brock during the 262nd pick, giving him the infamous title of Mr. Irrelevant. During the 2022 to 2023 season, Brock was thrown onto the field after the first and second string quarterbacks faced season-ending injuries. This gave Brock the opportunity to play the last 9 games of the season, and he led the 49ers to the AFC Championship. This past Super Bowl, Brock and the 49ers played against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And although the 49ers didn't bring the Super Bowl win home, Brock has proved himself to be anything but irrelevant in the football world. This label of being Mr. Irrelevant could have made Brock feel unworthy to play at this level, but instead he pushed through and he was able to overcome and he kicked the hell out of his label. And now he gets to live out his dream. Now that I've told you about an underrated quarterback, let me tell you about an underrated employee. Kevin Harris has yet to miss a single shift of work for the past 27 years that he's worked at a Burger King in Las Vegas. Kevin is a single father to 4 children who has raised these children off of this minimum wage salary. So when this 27th milestone came around, he was excited to share the news with his coworkers. Well, his coworkers all pitched in and gave Kevin a goodie bag. He took to TikTok to show his appreciation, and that TikTok went viral. So his daughter started a GoFundMe page, which has since raised over $400,000 for Kevin. Kevin didn't work hard and show up every day just to be recognized or rewarded. He did so because that's just who he is. Being a single father with 4 kids, it could have very much felt as though life was kicking the hell out of him during some times. But he overcame his adversity and now he gets the recognition he deserves. Today, I told you about a 102-year-old's fitness journey, an underdog, and an underrated employee. All of these stories are about overcoming adversity, and they remind me of the quote, "There's nothing that cleanses your soul like getting the hell kicked out of you," by Woody Hayes. Again, I agree with this quote because sometimes we need to be kicked down and suffer a little bit in order to learn how to persevere and overcome our own adversity, so the joys in life are sweeter. This brings me back to my first story about Makenna's twin babies. They struggled immensely at the beginning of their life, but they persevered even at their young age, and they now get to celebrate the fact that they get to live this life. So next time you're struggling to overcome your adversity, I hope you're reminded of those two twins and you choose to overcome your own adversity.